Hey friends, it's that time again. That time when my internet doesn't work when I'm trying to make a video. No, it's not that time. It's time for part 3 of all my offensive formations explained. And here we go. We made it through 12, I believe. So let's see if we can't knock out a few more. Okay. So, level or number 13 of my offensive forms. Here we go. Open Sesame. Well, my friends, if you've been watching my season, you're saying, like, if you're just looking at this form, you're like, what the actual heck is that? And you would be right, because it's just a really funky one, and it's specifically designed for the new alley form. I guess the best way would be to show you guys it. 1 second. Okay, bada bing, here we go. It's a little different than a lot of the alleys out there. You got a lot of the RGR guys running a similar alley, but they have basically all these are shadow ninjas, and then all these are pretty much their form is all shadow ninjas, voodoos, stone golems, pirate ships. They don't have the angels, they don't have the goblikazes, they don't have the nuns, they don't have any of that because they have way more better troops than I do. So this is my version of it, and yeah. So just imagine that these are all shadow ninjas here, all these, and then these are mostly all voodoos and pirates or whatever. So this form was intimidating and tough to deal with, so I had to go make a form to stop it. And here it is. So the whole idea behind this form is, especially with going up against other ones, more pirates, is I want these stone golems to die real quick. So as soon as those stone golems die, then all these shadow ninjas, all 8,000 of them, are going to come right down here. Okay, as soon as these guys die, the shadow ninjas land, and my stone golems go to work. They just start punching the ground and taking them out and tanking them so they can't hurt all my other guys. Now, meanwhile, these guys run forward. So my Rhino Knights charge forward, and that draws these stone golems towards them. So they're marching after those guys real slow. Meanwhile, these guys catch them and kill them with the Seondiak boost and roll all their meteors in there and just make a general mess of things, while the Undead Warriors do that too. And then coming up in the rear are the Peltas. Okay, so while all these guys are running forward, these guys are trying to run forward, but the nuns are stopping them. And then when a ghost assassin or something lands here in the back, as soon as the stone golems die, then these guys kind of run backwards, and maybe some of the Peltas were. Okay, and that causes Alley right here to nuke right about here. It might hit some of my Peltas, it might not. I don't really care, because it's not going to kill my stone golems, and the stone golems are only there. This whole thing is sacrificial back here. So these guys are going to sit there. They're going to kill and tank all the shadow ninjas. I don't care if you have 1,000 shadow ninjas. They're going to take care of them. Meanwhile, these guys are rushing forward, and they're doing their thing. So they're killing guys. The Peltas are killing. First nuke goes here of Alley. Second nuke, I generally have all my Peltas and all my heavy hitters back here on mopping up the rest of the stuff here. Second nuke usually goes here and cleans out my Peltas, but it's not going to kill my meteor golems or any of these single load troops. That's why I have them in there. So by that time, all my stone golems have pretty much killed all the shadow ninjas, and then they go and say, hey, Allie, we're going to go kill you. So let's watch. Fight. Here we go. All right, so broken up in two groups. There's the alley shot, hits all those guys. The stone golems are like, hey, I'm going to kill all your shadow ninjas now. Second nuke coming down. Oh, doesn't get it off because the Yasha stunned alley. So if we get lucky and alley gets stunned in there, then that's good. That second nuke didn't take out any of my guys. And then the Yashas just went to town on her, so she didn't even get off a second nuke. So that is that, guys. I have not lost yet versus one of these alleys with this form. Couple came really close, but that's that. It worked. One of my rare forms that actually worked as advertised. Okay. Next form we are looking at is Ice Dragon form. Oh, I am sorry. We did Ice Dragon yesterday on day part 2. Part 3 kills RK, kills Alley RK. All right, this should be fairly self-explanatory. For the alleys out there that have Rhino Knights up here in the front, so they generally have like a Stone Golem and then a couple Orc Hunters and then a couple of RKs either in the middle or on the sides to kind of push everyone back so Alley nukes them. And they generally don't have any rear attackers, maybe some Shadow Ninjas, but that's it. They don't have anything else. So this one is a fun one. It doesn't actually work as good as my other one, so I'm probably going to get rid of this one if I must. But the whole idea is these guys run forward. Everybody runs forward here. That first alley nuke lands here, takes out these guys. If there's any Shadow Ninjas that come back, I place them wherever they're going to land, the pirate ships, to take out those Shadow Ninjas. And so the first nuke hits up here by alley, takes out some of these guys, but I still got my meteor golems and everything. The whole thing is to just keep my cannons alive, so the cannons can just kill everyone. So that usually this one works pretty good. It's a fun one to watch. If you watch my daily videos, I put out my daily arena fights. I used to use this one quite a bit when there were a lot of alleys in there. But and then of course the stone golems would draw the fire of the guys, and the meteor golems would go up behind and handle some business. So they usually kind of sit there and duke it out and kind of hold up his guys, while my cannons tend to just go to work and kill everyone. One thing about this is generally those forms have a lot of voodoo dolls, and you'll see I have a lot of single load troops and a lot of troops that are going to be in the air when those voodoos die or whatever. So all that kind of is not good for your goblin techs. So it's nice to have maybe some other 9 load troops in there that are not going to be airborne or whatever. So maybe some more Peltas or something like that. So that way when the voodoos do die, they don't target your goblin techs. There's less of a chance because that's where all your damage is kind of come from. And then I put Celine on whatever side Alley is, and hopefully in hopes that she will kind of get close and stun Alley and stop her. Okay. And if you guys have any questions on these forms or comments or anything, let me know in the comments section. We are going on to the next form. Kills Harrison. Well, this one should be pretty self-explanatory. Most Harrisons that you run into are going to have a crazy amount of any guy that's running the Harrison. There's a few RGR, Casa, top clan guys. Pretty much they have all stone golem, like 10 stone golems, like 20 pirates, like 30 voodoos. That's pretty much it. Stone golems, pirates, voodoos. And I've seen some with some Rhino Knights and stuff like that. Because Harrison resurrects like a ton of troops, 90, and the pirate ships count as 1 troop. So if you have a ton of those, they do a lot of damage. and stuff. So just like that RK Alley one, your most of your damage is coming from these Goblin Techs. I have not lost to a Harrison with this one yet. I got the Stone Golems go in there and kind of draw everyone into them, and they just start tanking. Meanwhile, Jin hops up on the side, and I put Jin on whatever side Harrison is. He goes up there and boosts all these Peltasts, and then they usually just kill Harrison real quick. He'll resurrect a bunch of his guys. His Voodoos will die and then come back to life and die again, and they'll kill a lot of your guys. You're hoping that at least one of your Stone Golems stays alive, and by that time you have like 50 cannons, and then the cannons just kill everyone while your Stone Golems are tanking. So that's pretty much it for Harrison's. You guys can substitute different stuff. If you don't have all the troops I do, there's substitutions that can be made. If you don't have Magic Apprentices, you can Ghost Assassins. If you don't have Nuns, you can use Frost Archers or something. Just 9-load troops. If you don't have Shadow Ninjas, Magic Apprentices or Ghost Assassins, or you could even put more Peltasts or Taurus Witchers. Just a whole bunch. You can just kind of get a bunch of things. You can mess around with it. And if you don't have 10 Goblin Techs, the 9s do pretty good too. You could put in Priest Mages or Ice Mages or something like that. Also, they're not going to do quite as good, Ballistas, because they don't make more of themselves. Like they don't replicate themselves. So when the Voodoos do die, they're going to take quite a few guys with them. That's the only downside to those. So that is that one, my friends. Okay, here is the one that's been doing really well for me lately. Dun 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 dun. If we can open it up and the connection doesn't fail. Try again here. Yeah, the current formation is being used. Oh, is it really? Oh, it is. Okay. So I must have snuck it in there after it lied to me and told me it wasn't loaded. Here we go, guys. All right, so alleys. This one does really, really well against most alleys. It won't do good against that one funky one I showed you that I had to make a special form for. But most of your traditional alleys with either two Stone Golems here, 3 Stone Golems, 2 Stone Golems with an Orc Hunter, 2 Stone Golems with a Pirate Ship in the middle, 3 Stone Golems with 2 Orc Hunters and Rhino Knights, whatever form up here, all except for the 1 Stone Golem in the front. This one pretty much rocks. It beats the no rear attack one. It just handles business. Okay. So the beauty of this one is the Rhino Knights kind of just run to the back, and if there's any pirate ships, they trigger those. If no one's got a rear attack, then Celine's gonna stun up here, probably closest guys, and then that just allows the Rhino Knights to run through all the way through. If they get to the back and trigger the pirate ships, then the pirate ships throw their little thing. And if they can get to the back before my Magic Apprentices do, boom, they get back there, and then the Magic Apprentices land and just wipe out the cannons or the pirate ships, the pirates. So ideally, you want your Rhino Knights to get all the way to the back, trigger all the pirate ships, and then the pirate ships continue to go forward after whatever's left over here. Or if the Rhino Knights turn around or whatever and start heading back this way, then these guys go and kill all of them basically while they're trying to run in to get here because they hit multiple targets. Okay, while all that's going on, your Orc Hunters, hit whoever, and even if they got Goblikazis there, that's fine because you get that damage resistance initially by Celine So if they got other frontline guys, they're going up to those guys or whatever. So that's just extra damage, and they hit right off the bat. Then, of course, the undead warriors go in there and get up close and personal and fast attack whoever. And then your peltasts are just coming up behind and just following up. And usually you will see orc hunters, bam, and then just a nice wall of undead warriors just munching through everybody. And then behind that, another wall of peltasts just kind of surging forward. And in the back, we'd have all these magic apprentices just crushing everyone and coming forward. Okay, and that's where this part of the form comes into play. Since you have so many guys rushing forward, you want them to not get hit by Ali's nuke. So I have 5 nuns, and I have the line of frost archers here, and then the voodoo dolls there. And then just on the end, pirate ships. So the pirate ships can, as soon as the voodoo dolls rhinos go in there, if they have any rear attackers at all, these guys kill the first guys so fast. These guys are going to throw their ships on whatever that lands, and they're going to just wreak havoc on them. Okay, and the nuns are good not only to direct Ali's nuke back here, but also if the nuke does hit, some of your peltasts, these guys generally cast their heal right away on whoever gets hurt, and so that and it also nullifies stuns. So if your troops do get stunned, the nuns are going to pay off real big with that. And not only that, the nuns can take a nuke from Ali with Celine's initial and damage reduction boost. So that's another good thing. So the nuke's going to hit back here, and by the time Ali gets off her other nuke, pretty much everybody's dead. And then as usual, I put Celine on Ali's side. So this one is really rocking for me, guys. All right, we are moving on to the next formation here. Maybe. Every time I make a video and T-Mobile doesn't like me anymore. Okay, we're going over for Angel Alleys. Okay, so this one is kind of a copy. In Vector Clan, there's a guy, Mr. Fahrenheit, that's a good buddy. He's really good at figuring out forms and kind of what takes him out. So he made some videos about different things, and he does some daily videos, sometimes too, with his arena when he has time. He does some editing, so it takes him a little bit longer than me. I don't really do any editing, but his stuff's way more polished than mine, for sure. Anyways, shout out to Mr. Fahrenheit there. This is basically his form for killing. There's alley forms out there that have angels, so they'll usually have a ton of shadow ninjas here in the front, 14, and then they'll have 2 angels in the front, and then a row of stone golems, and then a bunch of whatever behind them. There's a bunch of funky variations or whatever, and so the whole point is alley nukes back here, all your guys rushing forward, killing the angels, and then hopefully killing everything else with your peltasts and all these other damage dealers, and then killing Ali. So this one is pretty successful 99% of the time. This one does a great job. It's brilliantly designed. Yeah, it just works. So that's that on that one. You probably won't run into a whole lot. Unless you're pretty high ranked, then you probably don't need to watch this video anyways. But Celine or Sionak for Ali. What is going on here? Okay, I believe this is a variation of Fahrenheit form also. And this is for, what is it called? For Selene, I'll have to read this again. For Selene, this kills Selene or Seondeok. No, I can use Selene or Seondeok, and this is for Allie. Okay, yeah. And Jin also on this one. So this is just kind of a universal form. That you can use to take out things. I haven't used this one in a while, guys, so I'm not really sure how well this one. I think this one works pretty darn good, but I've been having such good luck with my Selene and Seondeok that I haven't been using this one, that one. But the general idea is if you're going up against an Allie and you throw a Seondeok in there or a Selene, if it's a single like Stone Golem Allie, bam, their single Stone Golem is going to be running out to yours. And meanwhile, your guys go in there and kill his real quick and then just keep moving on. So your Allie Nuke's going to land back here. And all these guys just kind of swing through and kill everything. And then your Shadow Ninjas are bringing up the rear. So kind of similar to the other one, except with the Stone Golems in there, they're going to tank a little bit longer. They're going to survive and just pretty much tank everything while your other guys go and blow through. Instead of the Rhino Knight one, it's the Stone Golem. So it's a little bit different. You don't get as much as a pushback as that. His if he does have pirate ships, they might last longer. That's the only kind of a drawback with this. I see that I like the Rhino Knights, but not with Seondeok. Obviously, you want to use them with Selene. So this can be worked with Selene or Seondeok, or even Jin against Allie. So, and this would probably work pretty good against single Stone Golem Allies. And then I use that Selene for other ones. So that's it for that one, my friends. Shout out to Fahrenheit. He has all these were undead warriors. I don't have that many. I did. The brawler does decent. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but it helps protect guys pretty good. All right, we're running at 22 minutes. I've been kind of babbling on, I guess, and we'll call that one a wrap. And we'll do part 4, and we'll finish off the rest of these forms. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a great day. We'll see you out there in the arena.